الله الكبير. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. الله الكبير. Let's just direct all of our thanks and appreciations to God, the Almighty, the All-Merciful, and He has provided this forum for us today, and we can enjoy commemorating His name and thank Him and be grateful to Him for everything that He has provided for us. And as I always say, that all good things are coming from God, and the shortfalls that we have in this life causes us to go astray, and accordingly we're going to suffer in the consequence of our own actions. In other words, our own hands brings these things upon us. And so we should be always grateful to God for this huge blessing that we have today. And can be more important than what we are doing today is this occasion that we can actually commemorate God, and that is the best thing that could happen to us. So again, gratefulness and appreciativeness is a God-like quality, and we should be thankful to Him in response to this huge blessing that He's bestowed upon us. So we have to respond in kind and make sure that we are worthy of this huge blessing in the future by being grateful to Him. What I wanted to discuss with you today is that I want to go to the Quran, and I'm just going to go ahead and look for this word expander. And so been mentioned 8 times in the Quran, as you see there. This is the first one of the 8 places that the word expander is used, and this is one of God's most beautiful names. He's the expander, and indeed God is expander, all knowledgeable. So we just go on like this, and again, and God is expander, all knowledgeable, and God is expander, all knowledgeable. So this is 2261. And just go on, and 2268, God is expander, all knowledgeable, and moreover, God is expander, all knowing. 373, and 4133, God is expander, all knowledgeable, and again, God is moreover, God is expander, all knowing. 554, and in the last place is in 2432, Surah the Light, and again, God says that, and God is expander, all knowing, or all knowledgeable. So all of these places, God is referring to Himself as the expander. So not the expander, just expander. Okay, and because there is no other one. So this is uniquely God. God expands. Okay. So as I said before, we have to go according to this attribute of God, that we have to expand. So what does that mean? That means that we consistently and persistently and constantly have to increase everything that we have. Okay? All the good things that we do, we have to expand them. Okay? Knowledge, for example, is one good thing. So God keeps telling us that He is giving the prophets wisdom and knowledge. Okay? So knowledge is a good thing. So that means that we have to expand our knowledge. We can never quit expanding our knowledge. So remember now, last time I said that, a lot of people think that all of these things that we go throughout the year are boring, And I mentioned that the entire solar system is moving, the Earth is moving, the solar system is moving, and the solar system is within the galaxy, and the galaxy is moving too. So remember, and I said that within 1 year or so, this whole solar system has moved. So this is not corresponding to the same occasion last year. Okay. Besides, the galaxy is also moving too. So galaxy is not in the same place that it was last year. Okay. What I neglected to say that the universe expands. That the universe of this year is bigger than the universe of last year. It's not the same universe. It's a bigger universe. Accordingly, our knowledge is increasing. It's not decreasing, because the knowledge that we have today is bigger in size than the knowledge that we had last year. So we cannot keep sticking to the ground and go with the knowledge that we already have. That's what God wants us in order. Say they were happy with the knowledge they already had. They were not open to new knowledge. We have to get rid of the superstitions that we have. We have to get rid of all of those things, all of those bad things that keeps us from moving forward and expanding our ways. Okay? So this year, when you go through, the longest day of the year and the longest night of the year and all of these occasions that you have, okay? The beginning of spring and this and that and all kinds of stuff that you go through, they are not the same as last year. The universe that we are living today is bigger than the universe of last year. This universe is bigger than the universe of yesterday. As a matter of fact, the latest measurement shows that the universe is expanding at a rate of 73, listen to this, 73 kilometers per second per megaparsec. Okay? And a megaparsec is 3.26 million years for light years. Okay? 3.2426 million light years. Okay? That's how far that is per megaparsec. And megaparsec, people think that megaparsec is a lot. 3.26 million light years is a lot. It's not. It's slightly larger than the distance between here, this galaxy, Earth, and Andromeda Galaxy, which is our sister galaxy in the local group. Slightly larger. The Andromeda Galaxy is measured to be 2.5 million light years, and megaparsec is 3.26 mega light years. So it's slightly larger than that. It's not a big distance. And it increases at that rate 73. So if it grows at this in 10 billion years, the universe itself is going to be twice as large. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is that this is not the same thing. So what is it to us? So we say, so what? Okay. So what is that? Now you have this knowledge and you have to be happier than yesterday, that this is not a boring universe, that you thought it was a boring universe. It's not the same universe. It's a brand new universe. It's places that no one has been there before today, until this second. A second from now is 73 kilometers per megaparsec away now, or bigger, 1 second later. So it's not the same. So you have to praise God and be happy for this knowledge that you have today, that you didn't have yesterday. This is amazing. This is how the believers actually are happy. This is what makes them happy. These kind of things make the believers happy, because they know that now they have a brand new ballgame that you have to deal with. And your tests are not the same test as those people who lived 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, 3,000 years ago, they had to go through. They didn't know this stuff. We know it today. So every step that you take today is different from what it was yesterday. From 1 second before this, you're living in a different universe. It's a much bigger universe now. This universe is a lot different than 1,400 years ago when the Quran was revealed. Okay? But it gives us information. This information comes through an attribute of God, which is the expander or expander. God is expander. Okay, so today, what we have is this completely brand new ballgame. Okay? Absolutely brand new ballgame. It's not the same as yesterday. It's not the same as last week. Okay? As I said, I completely forgot to mention this when I was talking about the rotation. That the rotation actually makes you to be in a different place, which is true, okay? But also in a larger volume of the universe. So what does this tell you? It tells you that there is no end to knowledge, because the universe keeps expanding. It goes to places that we have not been there before. That's where we are going. And that knowledge is now larger, is bigger. So today our responsibility is higher than it was yesterday, because we didn't know this. We didn't think about it this way. Today we think about it. Today we think about the expansion of the universe. "2,000 years ago, this was not the universe. It was a completely different universe. It was a smaller universe. Today is a bigger universe, as I said, and you just go on in time. Every second that ticks, 73 kilometers. 73 kilometers is the distance that this thing is going per second per megaparsec. That's how fast it's expanding. Okay? And as I said, megaparsec is very small distance compared to the cosmological distance. If you multiply that by the size of the universe, which is estimated to be 90 billion light years. Okay? And mega means million. Billion is 1,000 million. Okay? And if you live in Europe or other countries, it's milliard. Okay? Which means 1,000 million. So that's how large the universe is and how large that expansion is. So it's a completely different ballgame. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So it's not a boring place to be, you see. So those people who are not bored with this, okay, those people who are bored with this, they probably are tired of life. A lot of people tired of life, they commit suicide and do all kinds of stuff. Okay? They use drugs. Okay? They use alcohol. They use all kinds of things to make them happy, so to speak. This is happiness. This happiness and this hope tells you that everything I'm giving you is brand new. when you want to go ahead and donate to charity or something, you give your old stuff away. Okay? God gives you everything brand new. Can you imagine the generosity? Is not giving you the same thing. Could have stopped it, could have stopped the thing, but that's not his attribute. The attribute is expander. Gives you something which is brand new. So we cannot complain. We have to be grateful to the source of this expansion. Who's God? So as I said, by the time we do this, 73 is moved, second, okay, and now it's 3,600, okay? 3,600 times that. And then you multiply that by the ratio of 90 billion light years to 3.26 million light years. Okay? You multiply that and you divide those two numbers and you multiply that by this 73 kilometers and see what kind of number you get. Okay? Every second. Every second, the universe that you're living in actually enlarges by that much. So you have a bigger playground. Let's put it that way. It's not the same playground that the prophets and the messengers of old lived in. Okay? It was much smaller. Okay? But today it's larger. And he's giving it to you. And he gives you that tomorrow and tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. He's getting larger and larger and larger. Never stops. This is exciting. You see, it says, God will enrich them from his bounty, and God is expander all-knowing. 24:32. Okay? You shall marry the singles amongst you, and so shall the righteous male and female subordinates. If they are poor, God will enrich them from his bounty, and God is expander all-knowing. Okay? Don't worry about it. God will find a way to enrich you. Who knows what that source is? We don't know that. God is expanding the universe, as I just told you. Every second is a brand new ballgame. And God says he creates what you do not know. We don't know what he's creating in this universe. We have no clue. Because he's expanding his creation also. That's what he says. He says that they were single entity. The vacuum and matter, they were single entity, and all of a sudden took them apart and keep on expanding it. That's the expansion of the universe. Was written here 1,400 years ago. So we have to learn from that. Now today we know that it's expanding. And so this expander, that God is God's attribute, okay, has so many different dimensions. That every day he's giving you a bigger part of the deal. Because his creation is expanding. So today, a second from now, is a brand new ball game. Okay? And within the brand new ball game, you have all these rotation systems, galaxies and the solar systems and the planets and everything. The night and the day and everything that God has created. Okay. All of those things are for you to enjoy. And those who possess vision, they enjoy it. And those who keep complaining about these things, okay, they are going to suffer. And that's what the problem is. That's the problem that we have in this world. Okay? We disobey God's commandments, and when we do that, we suffer the consequences. As I said the last time, if you go and try to contract instead of expand, that is something which goes against the laws that God has created. The laws that God has created is towards expansion, not towards contraction. Okay. So everything that we have, the number of DNAs, unique DNAs, are expanding. The number of fingerprints are expanding. Okay? Everybody who's born and has died, and everybody who's living right now, and everybody who's going to come into this world, going to have a different DNA and different fingerprint. That's expansion. And God says He counted the number of all things. Well, He assigned a number to everything. In chapter 72, verse 28. Yeah. He keeps account of everything. This is God whom we are actually worshiping. And this is the enjoyment that God gives us, and He's given us today. And we know that it's a bigger place, a bigger playground, the biggest, whatever you want to call it, today than it was yesterday. And it's a brand new ball game because this did not exist yesterday. It goes to places that we don't know what it goes to. What is it expanding with respect to what? Okay. Some scientists, they call it the bulk. Okay. So God says there are so many of these. That's what God says in chapter 36, verse 81. He tells us the ones who has created the vacuum and matter is not capable of creating the likes of them. Yes, indeed, He is. So God knows how many of these are there. And they're all expanding. Those numbers of those also expanding. They're expanding. So, and this is the amazing part. And so, again, let's thank God for this new knowledge that we have today. And it's beautiful. Okay? As I said, it's a brand new day today. Absolutely brand new. Okay, so let's finish this. Okay? Give you. سبحان ربي العظيم الله الكبير